Hi, I'm TJ, and welcome to this road trip. Today I'm going to be heading down to Lynx Creek, which is located in Arizona at the Prescott National Forest. All you're allowed to do there is gold pan, so I'm going to just do some basic gold panning, spend a couple hours kind of testing the water, see if it's worth going back. And then I'm going to be going down to the Stanton area, to Rich Hill, and bringing a metal detector and looking for some nuggets on the Lucky Linda claim. So stand by and enjoy. Still active today. There's mines on both sides of the road, so there's still a lot of activity. And there's a lot of GPAA claims in Arizona as well as all over the country. I'm also hoping to find a nugget, or at least some fine pieces of gold later on. If I find one, I'm sure you'll hear about it. If not, I'm sure I'm going to have a great time anyway. This is more like it. Camping in Prescott. Yep, more evidence. More evidence of people looking in the crevices. So we gotta look in all these nooks and crannies. Somebody's been digging here. Hopefully they found something. Well, they say place to find gold is where it's been found before. Today we're at Lynx Lake, and actually Lynx Creek, and that's at the Prescott National Forest. It's open to the public, so anybody could camp here. Pan for gold. That's all you're allowed to do is pan for gold. Can't use anything else. Can't use a metal detector. I actually found a camping spot. Just camping is free here, unless you use one of the nicer sites for RVs. I think it's $18, but I just camped out here and it was no problem. I have a fire going by the creek. I'm having a good time. But tomorrow I've used my mining guide, and I'm going to go to a claim up near Stanton, and it's where they found one of the 25.5 ounce nuggets, and I'm allowed to use my metal detector. So since it's a claim owned by the GPAA and I'm a member, I'm going to go up and try that out. I just don't want to do it today because we're supposed to get snow, and I don't feel like crossing the mountains when there's snow, and it's April. It was 90 degrees here last week, and I show up and it snows. So much for that. Now this looks promising. Lots of activity here. Some digging. You're allowed to dig is within the water line. Lots of digging here. Lots of sediment. I'm gonna jump across. Somebody's been digging all the way into this bank right up here. And you can see all the holes. Prospectors and all the sand. I think that's where we're going to start today. Lots of great spots here. Lots of deep water. Lots of sediment. This should be very interesting. I'm really curious to see how this works. Here's a pretty darn deep hole down here, probably about 1.5 feet deep. Down here nice and deep before I even try this. That's what heavy stuff's going to be. get rid of all the yellow sand and just have the remaining black sand left in here in these troughs. Gold should be up on the top ridges here. The heavy stuff should be up on the top, should be little yellow flakes in the black sand. That's where the gold dust is. Nothing in that pan, but I'm going to keep the concentrate because I could run it through something later. I'm going to move my hole to the other side of this rock, thinking I might do a little better. Found this here, screen. Somebody else has been panning here. This would act as a classifier. I can put this on top of my my gold pan and get rid of some of the bigger rocks. You put that on top, and then when you shovel in your rocks, only the fine stuff goes through. The bigger stuff is up on top. And you don't have to waste time panning all that stuff. So it acts as a classifier, and it's just happened to be lying here. When I get all this light stuff off the top, all this yellow stuff, until you just get the black sand. You kind of see it down there. And you can see, the more I do this, see it just slide off. All that's left is the black sand. Shake it up a bit. Let's shake it up and let it settle. You don't want to wash your gold out. And out of that 4 or 5 shovels, this is all we end up with. There, still some little light stuff in there. Try a different spot. This isn't yielding very much. All these big rocks, I should find something in these cracks. There's actually a lot of clay. And the clay ends up trapping the gold. So you gotta really wash this stuff down, because you don't want to just dump the clay out. So you gotta really wash it, scrub it. Let's see what else we can find down here. That's about what I did. Right behind this boulder. And the roots are holding everything in. Really, almost like scrub it. It'll all loosen up. Almost like mud. Get all the clay out of it. We get some more. We find 1,000 of these, we might have half ounce. Probably not. If we find 1,000 of these, we might have $100 worth. Who knows? That's really good. There is gold here. That's actually a pretty good one for this creek. I don't know if you can see it with the camera. It's right there. I wish there was more, but that's actually a pretty good size one for what I've been finding today. Most of it's been little flakes, even smaller than that. I'm going to try to zoom in on that. There it is, right there. So here's some flakes. Trick is to try to get that into my little vial, which is right here, which also has some other gold in it. Use a snuffer. Can't pick it up with that, so this is where the paintbrush comes in handy. Just use your camel hair paintbrush or horsehair. Try to pick it up. Can't do that. Just use your finger. Touch it. Stuck on my thumb. But make sure you see it drop. A lot of times it doesn't go in there. So we got a little piece, and we put it in our vine. As you can see, it's not a whole lot, but it shows you can find gold out here. But this is certainly the slow way to do it. Well, there's some gold in there. Not a whole lot. A lot of flakes. Oh, got another one. Another tiny one. Yep, it's on the tip of the paintbrush. I don't think you'll ever see that, but there it is. And in it goes. I just need them to be a little bigger than that. It's not getting very full here. Found this boulder field over here. Not really sure that's the old riverbed, but they've been digging deep. It's about 4 or 5 feet deep. There's a couple of these all throughout here. These are pretty big rocks. Wait till you see this hole. This hole they actually been chiseling in. Look at that. There's like, I think this is like creek rock here. That's the hard rock right down there. So that must have been the bottom. They have like chisel marks on the rocks. It's down about 3 or 4 feet. Because that's where the gold would be, down here. All the way right here where I'm thinking this is bedrock here, and this is the sedimentary rock. Creek's over there to the right. I think what they might be doing is digging here where this hole is and filling in the holes that they dug before. So this looks like they've been here before, and as they work their way up the creek bed, they just take the rocks from here and throw them back in here. Oh, here's another one. This thing goes down too. I wonder if there's anything down here. This is all this huge creek bed rock. Did find some little flakes today. It wasn't much worth writing home about. Certainly wouldn't fly out here for that. They're in this little jar. You need a microscope, I think, to see it, but there's gold here, and I think it's just too much work. So I'd rather metal detect. I'm going to give that a shot, and maybe I'll find a nugget. That would be good. Even any nugget, anything I could pick up, I'd be happy with. So if you become a GPAA member, this is what you'll get. You'll get this mining guide. I think they send it out once every 2 or 3 years. And inside, for instance, today we went up to Lynx Creek. Gives you this topographical map, which isn't really that good. but you can find it. And tomorrow I'm going to go up to a claim called Lucky Linda, and it's right in here. And again, it's in black and white. I actually use a highlighter pen to mark the roads, and then I go to the Arizona topographical map and try to find where they're talking about, and I've marked out where I think it is. The GPA book also gives you GPS coordinates of all the corners of the claim, northwest, northeast corner. So there are GPS numbers there, so you can kind of look at where that is, and then you look at your topographical map, and you could follow the GPS coordinates up and kind of match it up. So you do really need a good map, but probably even better than this Arizona one. But tomorrow I'm going to, right now we're up here. I know you're not going to be able to see this on the video, but we're up here at Lynx Lake. I'm going to drive down through the mountains through here, through Congress, and end up in Stanton, which is one of the most famous mines. On Rich Hill, right around the corner from Stanton, they found a 25.5-ounce nugget. So I'm going to be using the metal detector there because it's a claim. I can do that. In the park here, I can only use a gold pan, and it is open to the public, so anybody can come to the forest. So right now we're at Prescott National Forest. That gives you a little bit of idea how the books work, and then you get this book, and you get 2 cards that you should carry with you to show them your ID. Plus, you can camp for free. That's not bad. Now that's that. Back to the fire. Well, thanks for watching the video on just some basic gold panning at Lynx Creek. I'm now going to be heading down to the Stanton area, Rich Hill, the Lucky Linda claim with a metal detector to hopefully find some nuggets. If anything, I hear it's a beautiful area. I've never been there before, so wish me luck. I'll be taking the camera, be getting shots, as well as trying to find some nuggets, and that's all I can say for now. But anyway, let's go.